All right. So this data of cities in an array of objects are gonna be populated in our tabs component. So since it's exported, we can go and then make sure this data is importable from tabs component. So this tabs component is our the main uh, you know file where we will be building those tabs using all the React React logic. So let's first start importing the necessary hooks. Basically here we will use state, right, to manage the further states, and then our function keyword follows with the, let's say, tabs, and then it's gonna return initial, let's say, just simple div, and then tabs. Okay, and let's also import our data as well. Actually, what was that data? It is about cities, right? Okay, cities from data, and we can quickly console before we run our application whether the cities are available or not. So still one thing is missing. We just have to export this tabs component and import in our index file. So let's go grab these tabs and inject into our index file. Instead of generate quote, we will import our tabs from where? From tabs and then tabs.js. So instead of generate code, we'll just put these tabs. That's it. Okay. It has been running already. It just says the state is defined but never used. All right. So tabs and then tabs. Let's go and then check our. It's my local host 3000. Yeah, it's coming tabs, and then in our inspect we should be able to see the data also available. All right, the data is also available now. um Now, so how can we do that? Those tabs are uh, you know uh, designed for us uh, quickly to save time. So yeah, we can design, actually, we can design them using CSS, but everybody can design in different approaches. So for example, let's see Bootstrap tabs if they have better um, design, so we can navs and tabs, so we can just copy and paste. And here we have tabs, and then let's go down and see actively. I think this um something that could be beneficial for us, so we can use maybe disabled. One of them is disabled, and it does, one of them has drop down even. Okay, so this drop down, where is that drop down? It's basically this one and link. Yeah, I think we can grab and then utilize this according to our logic. Okay, and then we can fix other parts easily. You just have to make sure which one we're gonna get. Maybe we can get this one, and every time uh, this one of the tabs are, the tabs are clicked, that will switch from this active, so from passive to active position. So right now link is kind of passive. The active is the one that's in the first position. The next, when we click the link, a link should go active. Okay, and that active is defined by most probably with which one, the keyword. There is a keyword.
Third line.
This one, yeah, it's okay. Class name active. You just have to switch this keyword active from one tab to another tab whenever they are clicked. That's the, I think, only logic. What else we can have? Yeah, that's pretty much about it. So let's grab that one and then we will, customize everything according to our logic. So I'm gonna put this one over here, and basically some are not, uh, you know, uh, welcomed by React. So we don't need this drop down. I'll just remove everything regarding this drop down. Okay, we don't need this one. Um, and then what else we don't need? Yeah, I think let's see this one. What's gonna happen? And this disabled also. We don't wanna make this disabled. Let's create several this kind of links. Okay, that's going to be link one. Let's say two and three. So instead of these links, we will update with our dynamic city names. Okay, with our dynamic city names. And this one is going to be also the first city name and next city name and so on, so on. Yep. And but it's not gonna work, right? We have to update these classes really quickly with our reactive logic using the class name, and then let's replace all of them. Cool. And another thing is, I think the index HTML already has the bootstrap CDN. That should make it work. Okay, let's go and check. Here we go. So we have links, but just that active, uh, you know, class name is not switching. For instance, if you remove it here and put on the link number one, it's gonna make it active. Okay, and so now this one is active. And if we switch to, let's say, here as well, and then remove this, the link number two goes active. The others are passive. Okay, so that changing, uh, from one tab to another tab, we have to make it automatically every time when we click them. Okay, and by default, maybe it starts with this first page. That's why it's putting area current page. By default, it starts when we load, um, maybe the page for the first time. Or actually, we can also remove it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that area page is also kind of redundant. But the very important, value here is this keyword, active keyword. It should be dynamically moving from one tab to another tab every time we click. Make sense? Do you guys get the point? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it right? So you shouldn't be having multiple active tabs, only one. But only thing is we just have to add some text down below. The appropriate text down below whenever that tab is clicked. So if this is, let's say, London, and then this is, was that Vancouver, and so on. If Vancouver is clicked, we should have some text down below, and then London, if clicked, we should have text about London. That is kind of our next step to implement it. Okay, cool. The tabs are ready. How about like if we have a lot of tabs, like let's say 20 tabs, are we gonna put these tabs like 20 times like this? Do you think so? What's the best way to populate the incoming data automatically, so that they're created that many tabs?
Map.
What is the best way, guys?
Map.
Is by mapping, right? By looping over incoming data. So we will have as many tabs as the length of this data. Even if we have 100 tabs, we just need one like looping operation. So it's going to create 100 tabs automatically without the need of like making them hard coded. Make sense? Is clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now we need only this one. Okay, with this one. And then the rest we don't need. The rest we don't need. We just have to create as many this specific li as the number of the length of this incoming data. Okay. So if we have, let's say, 20 objects, we're gonna create dynamically this li's 20 times. It depends on the length of that data. That's why we just keep it somewhere else, this one. And what we do is we will map our incoming data, which is cities, right? So what we're gonna do, cities dot map, and inside it has individual city, and we can go down and then start building our li. So over here, what I do is simply get this one and put inside the return. That's it. The only thing, this London is going to be dynamic. The city is now object. Okay. Let me show you here. So I'm mapping the cities, guys. All right. So what does that mean? Like I uh, I have access to every this single object. So since I have access while mapping, uh, I can access using city. Okay, so the city is object, and since this is object, I can reach out to the properties name, information, ID. So what should I do here? So the proper city name goes. What should I put here, guys?
City.name.
Simply city.name, right? City.name. Why? Because as I mentioned, city is an object now. During every cycle of this maps operation, the city becomes object. And from that object, I can easily reach out to name or information or ID. Okay. So you know how does this map works, right? Basically. So we can real quickly demonstrate here maybe. So cities dot map and then let's say I, and if I just put here, let's say console.log I, what it's gonna console, guys, every time this one, this, what would be this I?
Each object.
Yes,
For
object,
all.
just object, right? Is every
Yeah.
single object. And if I put here ID, what it's gonna like console? The IDs, right? One by one. That's basically how we are looping. And now during that looping operation, I'm grabbing the name. I'm grabbing the name. Also, I'm attaching for this particular component, which is a lie, I'm putting key, okay, key. So this like separate tab should be unique. Okay, how do I grab the key, guys? I mean, how do I grab the ID from
City.
object?
City.id.
Simplicity.id. That's it. Okay. Now we reduced our code from unwanted number of lines to just one block of code, which is fixed and dynamic. Every time the length of city changes, we don't worry about it. We don't need to worry about it. It does everything for us automatically, regardless of its length. Okay, so let's go and then check. We have all of them. Okay, so now we have all four cities. Um, if we put here, let's say class name, and if we put here active, what we're gonna get now, guys? What kind of UI you'll see?
The blue one.
Which one is going to active? Which
Oh,
one? Which one?
all of them.
basically all of them, right? This one is, yeah, you see, guys, literally putting active class name, I mean, attribute for all that is generated by map. That's why we're gonna see all of them are active, okay? But we want only one of them to be active. Okay? So one of them to be active. Maybe somehow by default, the very first one, maybe the last one or in the middle one, we will decide it. Okay, we will decide it. Cool. Let me remove and let me remove it and then step to that part. So let's create here and somehow a state. Okay, const, and we can put here like active and then set active. So initially, let's say use state. Let's say we can put here one. If we have one, it means based on this one, the very first one goes active. Okay, very first one goes active. Or if you put, let's say, three, the third one goes active. Okay, so let's say the first one. And how do we now identify whether Berlin is the first one? How do we identify? So we have like IDs, right? Somehow. Okay, we can make some comparison based on IDs. So if ID is equal to the state, a number which we stored here, then we can give an attribute active for that class. Okay, so what we can do is we can make a comparison here. Let's say const is active, saying that city.id, if this one is equal to active, this the state active now, okay, then is active goes string active, otherwise nothing. Okay, so this is active is going to be string active if city has the same ID as state variable active. Make sense?
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna use this variable. We're gonna use here inside this class name within the string template. Okay, like this. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to inject it, right? We won't be able to inject. What's complaining? Okay. All right. So let's put here. Actually, wait, what? Last name. Okay. So this is gonna take first nav link. Okay, just leave it. We just have to put here that string template dynamically like this is active. Okay, is active. What is the best way to put this one here? This is active way. Okay, so we can remove this and then remove this. It's complaining. Since this is going to be string and this is also going to be string, well, it's complaining. So parsing JSX should be either an expression or a coded JSX con JSX. Okay, how about this one? This thing. It's not letting us. Okay. We can come up with different option then. Okay. So we can do if city ID has same active, then we can give like nav link and then active. Otherwise, just nav link. Nav link, and then let's just use this is city active directly here. Okay, this is our solution. So if the object does have ID equal to this first state variable active, then that a tag, anchor tag, is gonna get this string navlink active. So in this case, when we start mapping from top to bottom, we grab the Berlin first, and whose ID is 1, right? And that ID is also equal to the variable active 1 here. So this is active variable is going to get the string navlink active. And when it comes to, build this a tag, it will put this navlink active instead of this variable. Okay. Otherwise, the all a tag class name will get just navlink. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Any questions?
It means that I'm so sorry. You state 1. We will give 1 and then just.
Initially 1. We will update it to 2, 3 as we click.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as we click, yes. So let's say now, when we click, nothing happens. But when we click, we want to make it. Let's say if we click London, then we wanna make this is active to become 4. Okay, so when it becomes 4, and during that mapping operation, it checks one by one. Hey, do you have ID equal to 4? No. And then a class, anchor tag gets just navlink. And then it picks up New York object. Do you have ID 4? It says no, so you will get just navlink. It picks up Vancouver. Do you have ID 4? No, you just get navlink. And then when it picks up London, it says, hey, I do have now ID 4, which is equal to active as well. So you're gonna get now navlink active.
It means that we haven't written this logic yet.
Yes, that
Oh,
changing.
okay.
Yeah, changing. We haven't. We
Got
just did just static number 1 first.
it.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah. That's cool. And then what if like it is now 3? The Vancouver will get active tab. You see? If it's 4, the London will get active tab. Okay. So now the next step is to make those switching operation from one tab to another tab automatically. So initially we can start from 1, and then since this li is that individual tab, we can assign an event listener, right? On click, and then handle tab change. Okay, handle tab change. So that handle tab change does one thing. Only thing is to update this number to its corresponding ID. Let's say if I click London, it should grab the number 4, and that number 4 should be put here like this with the help of the set active. So when I click Vancouver, this handle tab change function should pick up 3, and whatever is here should be replaced with number 3. When I click New York tab, it should grab ID number 2, and then comes here and then change this whatever number from whatever number to 2. Okay, and as the state changes, we keep seeing that the UI is also changes, because React works in a way when there is a state change, it re-renders the page, and when it re-renders the page, we're gonna see all the latest changes. Are we on the same page? Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Let me know if you have questions. So handle tab change. This function shouldn't just like be triggered, but it should also grab these numbers and use those numbers when it's clicked, and invoke this set active function to update the state, right? So in this case, we're gonna write here what a function callback that grabs the ID, right? in this case city.id. So we need this parameter. Okay, without this parameter, we won't be able to change this state variable. Right? Is this correct?
Yes. Do you really need to use arrow function to give arguments?
Yes.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought you could just open the scopes and give arguments without
No.
arrow.
No.
In
This.
this case, Kanybek, maybe we can do the anonymous function and just set active right here on click
Yeah,
inside.
we can also do that one. Yeah, definitely. But it's
Wait,
it's all the time good to write a function, separate function, and then do its operation inside its location. Yeah, because you may add other logic later, and if you directly use the set active, and it gets more messy. It just messes around. That's why it's good to create separate function and then call it separately. Okay.
Yep,
Sounds
okay.
cool. And then we have, since this parameter city ID, what we can do is we can give a general name like city ID, and let's console every time when we click this whether the city ID becomes available or not. Where, oops, okay, save. Cool. Now this is how we grab those individual city IDs. So when we click Berlin, city ID will be equal to ID of Berlin. When we click London, the city.id is going to be equal to the ID of London object. So that is sent to this function. So it is now almost one last step away from changing our state. Okay, so let's go and then check it out every time when we click if we're gonna see those IDs. London, you see, we got 4 for Vancouver, for New York, for Berlin. Cool. Now, I want to use this city ID to update my set active. And who wants to help me? Sultan, you want to help me? Or I can go with
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
No,
What should
no,
I
no,
do?
no, 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 wait. I can go with maybe Amantur. Do you want to help me?
Yes, in this case, I think we should use set active.
So we'll use set active, and then
Set
I
active.
just have to use the
Yes,
city
got it.
ID, right?
Yes.
That's it. City ID. Cool. Now this active will be updated every time we click these objects or we click these LIs. Okay, and then based on that, so let's say when we click Vancouver and it brings number 3, so number 3 goes here, number 3 goes here, and number 3 goes here as well. Okay, that's how it works. And React detects that there is a state change happened, and it goes to return part immediately to re-render the page. And what does it do is CTID, let's say whenever it becomes 3, like this, and then active is also 3. So is active variable takes this particular string navling active, and during this build operation, so that navling active is going to take place from here. And so that particular tab goes highlighted. Okay, that's how the steps of this change affect on our UI. Cool. London, Vancouver, New York, Berlin. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Now, next thing is we can come up some logic to put down below our so-called, let's say, text part. Okay. So, so let's say we can create here a kind of field where it shows the contents of Berlin, and that field can be reused by everyone simply Okay, so what we can do is this li, right? And then maybe we can maybe wrap with diff simply first, this li, okay, and then inside that div we will also have some sort of area, like maybe paragraph. Okay, paragraph. And put here lorem what it's gonna do. Lorem. How does it look like? Just see. Yeah, that's how it's showing for everyone, but we don't want to show. We want to show only when there is an active. Okay. How do we? Okay, let me close this one.
We can wrap all of this in a one div and then display only one tab and then make the separate and like fetch to that div.
No, we want to
Uh,
show. We have to show all tabs at once, but we want to show only one text at once when that
yeah.
tab is active.
We can make the separate div for that and like fetched only like the needed object content to
Yep.
that.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
It's
So
much easier, I guess.
exactly. Yeah. So whoever is active, we're gonna show only his content. So we can still like simply check based on this logic, like if this one or maybe based on this ID.
I mean, not messing up with the mapping and that thing. Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna map anything. We're not gonna map anything. It's not the complicated. It could have multiple approaches. Definitely maybe you can apply yours as well. But currently what I'm thinking is based on maybe this number, like number 1, or still this logic helps us. Okay, since this is gonna go correct, so we will grab that city dot information. Okay, if this one is correct, then we will grab city dot information. It's very simple. So that's one approach. Let me for that one we have to write a quick logic here. Okay, so let's wrap this, and what we do is look at this. So if ctid.active is correct, then we're gonna show this paragraph. Okay, otherwise, let's say at the end of the paragraph we don't show anything. That's also possible. It's also one way. Okay, if ctid is equal to active, we will show this paragraph, otherwise nothing. Okay, so currently somehow New York is active and Berlin, and so it just messed up our somehow UI. So what we can do is we can go out and then maybe remove from div. Yeah, for some reason we have to go out from this location. Maybe create another div. Yeah, it's gonna complain that we have to return only one wrapper on this one. Let's see. Why it did it is okay for okay. It's just putting everything in unordered position. So let's take everything back. But this is the logic simply. Okay, this is the logic.
You will use from the bootstrap. You already have the part.
I think Bootstrap didn't have that text section.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't have, but that the React Strap did have the text section. React Strap. Okay, so this here we don't have.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not a problem. So let's say we have here now tabs. I want to here we just need to put an independent. You see, in the independent text area. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. If that one should be independent, we shouldn't be putting inside the map. It should go outside of the map. Otherwise, if we put here a paragraph, it's gonna populate that many paragraphs. That's equal to number of cities. So we should go out of that map operation maybe somewhere here, and then we will somehow find out its, width and height and so on, so on. So you see, we just have to push this guy down. So
But we will
yeah,
he will not
yeah,
recognize what is city if we are outside of map.
yeah, we will figure it out. We'll figure it out maybe. Yeah, definitely the city and active is not reachable, but based on this somehow ID, we can figure out it's not big issue, okay? Because since we have data inside this active, like either one, 2, or 3, or 4, so that numbers will help us. Make sense?
Yeah, we can use straight from the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, since this ID, so we can easily find out the other options. But this is how it's supposed to be, like separately. Let's just put somewhere down below. I mean, I don't want to like put it on the same line. What was that, like line breaker? Is it break? Anyway,
It
so
means, sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
It means that inside this list we can use everything. For example, in JavaScript we had to add this li and then use. I mean, inside the UL we can use everything what we want
Oh yeah,
without
definitely.
using
Yeah,
li.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. Definitely. Um, yeah. So we can customize. It's up to us. Also, we can even take outside of the UL and then make all those wrap it with one React fragment. Okay, so UL is left somehow independent, and then this we have lorem ipsum down below. Yeah, now it's now created as a separate text area. Okay, let's see if we do have better text areas in Bootstrap.
Yes.
It should be a paragraph, something like paragraph, like Bootstrap paragraph, or kind of like text typography. You will see, a lot of times these typographies. Something like this. No, I don't want. Maybe one paragraph is enough. What is this?
And make what if you will just give the same width for all for the main div, I mean, and he will
Yeah.
keep everything in the same place, like the border.
Yeah, for the main div, you mean the main wrapper, like here?
Yeah, you can just give straight to the div the width.
Yeah, exactly, definitely. I was looking at like better, text area for or better like kind of area to show my text. Yeah, for the div, I mean for the width, we can simply fix it. It's not big issue. So like style, can fix it to maybe like 20% of the page all the time. Okay, it should be like an object. So this is kind of 20%, and it's all the time kind of same. Okay, and we can also give maybe border on pixel solid black. And it's gonna show us that is your border, and we can put it somewhere else more. You know, display flex. And yeah, that's correct, because the moment you make display flex, the positioning goes in a horizontal order, so next to each other. Now we just have to make here flex direction to column, and so the items inside this main div goes on top of each other in a vertical position. Okay, so UL is going to be one whole row, and then div is going to be another whole row. Okay, and now why did I do this one? To push things like in the middle, using the margin auto. Okay, it's more like in the middle now. Cool. And one final thing, maybe we can give really quick padding to push towards, I mean, in from the border, like maybe 7 pixels. That's it. So that's ready. The last thing is to show this text appropriately, right? So instead of this text, we're gonna grab their own contents. So let's say it's one. Okay, what we're gonna do is using that ID, we can find out that object, right? You can find out that object. So what we can do is maybe you can write a really quick, function here, maybe using this ID, how to reach out to that particular object. Do you know how do you reach out, or how do you find the object based on ID? So let's say here you have an object, and I mean this here you have an array of objects, and let's say number equal to 4. So based on number equal to 4, how do you grab this object with the ID of 4? If this number goes to 2, how do you grab the object with the ID of 2?
Filter.
Anyway, we need to loop.
Yeah, looping
It,
operation,
it
right?
was better if it was object with the IDs.
No, we have here only, you see, number.
No, I
Based
mean
on-
like if the data was an object with IDs.
Data with IDs. Yeah, the data is with IDs, right?
No, I mean if it was a map with keys as IDs and then
Oh yeah, since it's left outside of that map. You
no,
mean,
I mean hash map has data.
couldn't catch you. What was that? Like,
I mean if there was keys as IDs and then
Uh-huh.
object as associated with this ID.
Object
We
in
could just grab that ID like in a map data structure, no?
mm,
That's okay. Fine.
trying to.
like object in object, you mean like in to-do list when we did it yesterday?
Yeah. As an object.
Yes. One will be like as a key for the object, right? For the object. Yeah.
ID as a key and then object as own
I
value.
will send you in the chat if you okay.
Okay, can you share me? How does it look like? Okay, so we can filter really quickly here. So const, let's say filtered text object, and then we have cities, and then dot filter, and city. So whoever has the city.id equal to active, and we will get that object. Okay, and filter text object, we're gonna use here dot, what was that? Information, right? Yes, information. Control C and then information. That's it. So look at this. Filter text object means it's just a variable which is going to be equal to if the city ID from the cities is equal to active. Okay, let's say one day when we click the Vancouver, the ID has become 3. And it goes here, and whoever has ID 3 will be picked up. That object will be picked up, and that object is going to be inside an array. So we have to access that array first. Okay, since filter returns an array, right? Or a filter returns object itself. Which one?
I think it was array.
Object.
It returns array and then it puts the whatever the object based on your logic, right? It returns array. It could be empty array. Okay, if you put here, let's say 10, and this filter text object is going to be empty array. It still returns something, but it's going to be empty array. So a filter always returns array. So we will put here active, and inside that array we will have only one single object, and we have to access that single object first. Since there is only one element all the time, we can put here 0. Okay, inside that array there is only one element, and then from there we will pick up the information. Okay, so what does that mean? Number is not defined. Let's remove this and go back. So yeah, Vancouver, and then Berlin, New York, you see, London. Now everything is properly rendered. Let's put some better information regarding those cities. You know, Berlin. Get something from Wikipedia really quickly. Yeah, I can copy this one really quick and put. That's about Berlin, and let's see. It's going to be about London. You can make it not that big actually. And let's pick up about Vancouver. Okay, and finally, is that New York?
Yeah, you put London,
Yeah,
New York.
yeah, we messed up, I think.
Okay.
That's okay. We will just
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So that's going to be about New York, and we will update this. New York and put this one London. Are we good now?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go and then check out tabs. Okay, here we have information about New York, about London, about Vancouver, about Berlin. Okay, the tab is done. Tab is done. Take a look. So this is how we implement it simply. Okay. And data we have. Okay, let's have a break, guys, and then we'll continue. Okay. I mean, if you have questions, please feel free before we go to break. Do you guys have?
No.
All good? All right. Cool. Let's have a break. Okay, we all back. So we can now separate this tabs component into more smaller ones, so we can split. For instance, this part, can be isolated into its own smaller component. Okay. So for example, we can create here another name, which could be, individual tabs or tab.js. And inside there, we can grab this and, for example, put here. So function individual tab and then return this one. Okay. But we need some props for this one, right? We need some information. So let's first export this. Export default this individual tab. And then we just have to import it. Okay, it's now ready. I got this, guys. Ready. Yes. We can import over here. Import individual tab from individual tab. Right. Now, what are the like required fields that we have to pass for this one while returning this individual tab? What should we send alongside with?
Props.
Okay, what props? Which, what are they?
City. Just city, and we can
Yeah, we need city. Also we can send is active, right? So is active.
use
City object and then is active. So basically we can put like individually is active equal to simply is active again. Okay, it's gonna go here. And then you can also put directly the city object. City, and then it's going to be oops city and then city. Okay, so is active is coming, and then city is also coming. Once city comes, we can use like city.id. How about this handle tab? This also needs to be sent, right? It's also not defined here, so we can also attach it. Handle tab change, and then handle tab change equal to handle tab change. Okay, so this way we ended up sending all the required props. Handle tab change is active, and then city. But we have to. So let's see if it's gonna work or not. Do you think this will work? This will work? Hmm?
do you need
We need to define here, right? So it's coming in our individual tabs. Now we have to call them. So we can call like using the props, okay? And we can do like props. So like is active, and then handle to tab change, and then what else like city, and put here equal to props. This is one way. So we can grab all the props that's passed to individual tab, or we can directly get all these. Okay, get all these, and then put right here. And then we don't need to create extra variable. Okay, this is another way. That's it. So city is object and city ID we are using, and then city name, one is active, and then handle. Okay. So what is still missing? Let's check. I think we're not missing anything, and everything is ready. That's it. Okay. So what else we can split? We can. I think that the rest is just kind of local. We don't need to split them, and I think that's ready. think that's ready. So we have, you see, multiple components. And let me remove this console. Multiple components running. Initially, the tabs is the main one. And then we have child component down below here, individual tab, which is returned while mapping the cities. And then this individual tab receives a set of props. Particularly city is active and then handle tab change, and they are defined here, destructured. And so this individual tab returns only one component, but when it's wrapped under the map, it ends up being returned in multiple times. So if you go to increase our number of cities, let's just put here some others, maybe like Sydney, and then one more, let's say Dallas, and put some ID. So ID doesn't need to be in an ascending order. It could be anything. It could be like 40, could be 400. Doesn't mean, because anyway, when we click them, we will take that ID and then put it over here. Okay, so if it's like 4 or 40 or 400, doesn't matter. This will still, gets the correct information. Okay, doesn't matter. The ID should be in an order, as long as they have ID. It could be anything. It could be like super, unique. Be with UUID. Have you guys used the UUID? You remember or not yet?
Yeah. Yesterday, Azamat showed us.
Yeah, that UUID can be used to generate like random unique IDs. It generates like really, long strings, including numbers, letters, characters. So doesn't matter. So generally the IDs are really long and unique, so they don't look similar each other. So that's it. Like Vancouver, Dallas, Sydney. Since it's New York and Dallas, Sydney share the kind of common data, so we don't see the text is changed. But that's what it is. You see, it's working. For the tabs, we try to use like as minimum number of states as possible instead of like creating more use states. Yeah, it's always good to come up with less amount of use states than creating a redundant number of states. Questions, guys? Does it make sense? Aizada, Elzada, Kai,
Yes.
all good?
Yeah.
Iona?
Good, yeah.
Iona, how about you?
Hi, all good, all clear.
Zarina? No questions? Great. Okay, glad to hear them. So let's check how does that React Strap tab looks like, and if we can add more features that make similar hours with this React Strap. I think we can add maybe one like disabled link, for example, so no one can click it. So no one can click it, and it's not clickable. For example, based on data or based on some information, maybe. Yeah, so we can add one more attribute and then make that that individual is not kind of clickable. Okay. We just have to put here simply disabled, I think. For a tag class name, there is one attribute used in React that can be applied for any sort of HTML element to make it disabled. Let's say how to make div disabled in React, for example. it's what was that? It's pointer events none. Yeah, we can put the pointer events none. Okay, but that's the different type of attribute. Pointer events none. So let's, for example, if we use this over here, style, and then pointer events. Okay, it should be in a JavaScriptic way, pointer events, and then in a way it's created like an object. So pointer events none. None of them is now clickable, most probably. Yeah. Oops. Doesn't work for. All right. So let me check pointer events, and then we put none. So how about other options? That's what I was using, pointer events. Click disabled. Nope, not this one. With that. So maybe this disabled simply. It just takes another keyword here, disabled. But there is also another option used in React. How do you disable div tag in React? This one, disable prop for div, disable the attribute disabled. I think attribute disabled is for buttons. Maybe for div as well. Style disabled. Pointer events, yeah. Maybe it's only for div. I don't know. Style, yeah, pointer events none. How about if I just put here disabled? No, they're all clickable still. All right. Anyway, there are other options like oh, we could put here maybe. What is that? Nav link. Maybe here like disabled, something like that. But all right, that's enough. I think I don't want to mess it up. All right, if no questions, I think it's time to go into breakout rooms and then get the chance to share screen and work with the team. Is that gonna work for you guys?
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right. So since we are more students here, like 10, we will have 5, 5, 5.
Maybe I just don't know, maybe 3, because
What's that?
maybe 3 groups. If guys, it will be more.
You think 3 is okay or 2 is a 2?
You can ask guys. I think 3 will be better in my opinion.
3, yeah. 3 is
Because
much better.
maybe can just watch, but will be better if everyone will talk.
Okay, so give me a second, Stan, and I wanted to update this poll or create a custom poll. It's like I can't create. You just saw a voting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about. It's not about my question, but how can I create a poll here? Okay, you can just raise your hands like if you guys want to make it 3 groups, and you don't need to raise your hand if you want just 2 groups. How many of you want 3 groups?
How to raise a hand? Where was that?
Only one wants.
No, me too, me too. I just don't know where is the hand.
3 of you wants to make it 3 like people in one breakout room. Pretty much everyone wants, right? Okay, I can create 3 breakout rooms now.
Don't hate me, guys. If you want a 5, just say it.
It's okay. So, all right, and we'll try to find out best match. So the room number 1, we got random distribution of Ayan, Sultan, Zarina. You guys here?
Yeah.
Who wants to share? Last time, even though you were in
I
different
was shared last time.
Zarina?
No, Ayana.
Ayan, okay. Sultan, did you find chance to share?
This
Ever?
Yeah,
time
I
maybe
guess.
it's somebody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. From the room number 1, no Sultan, you will go. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2, Amantur, Aizada, Karina. Amantur, how about you? You wanna share?
Yes, of course.
Okay. From room number 2. Room number 3, we have Kai, Iona, Victor. I think it's Iona's turn. You wanna go, Iona?
Sure, of course.
Okay, I'm opening all the breakout rooms. Your task is to build these tabs before going to that group. Let me share this. Yeah, I can put the screenshot in the Slack so you can refer to how to build it. All right, let's jump into breakout rooms. Resume. Okay. For the React strap, to make it available in your application, what we have to do is have to install a couple of things here. So first thing is npm install React strap, React, and then React DOM, and then we can just import the bootstrap in our index file. So let's go and then try to install this. As I mentioned, so we can use the multiple terminals. Going over here, I'm installing the React strap. So before installing, let's see the package.json, and we don't have such library installed. But after installing this React strap, we're gonna see under this dependencies list. So while it's going on, next step is you just have to grab this one, okay, and put it into your index.js. So somewhere else here, okay. So this way the boots. So actually, React strap is also full of like classes. That classes, you know, are going to locate from node modules every time when you give the correct component name like button or tab. Those classes will be, you know, retrieved from these node modules. It's somewhere down below here. Yeah, it's a huge file, you see, and then the styles will be applied. And the next thing is, so include bootstrap, either import bootstrap in your application code. So once we install, okay, let's install this too. And you see React strap. Now we have React strap, and we're gonna have bootstrap too. But they will work together, and you can now start getting the components from a React strap. So for example, if you would like to build a card alongside with some sort of images, and you just have to copy the code, okay, and just copy the code, copy. Let's go here, and then, for example, in our app.js, what do we have? Or let's go to quote. Let's go to quote, and instead of this bootstrap, I want to put here now, you know, that cart. So I'll remove it and put that cart. Okay. So it comes with the title, it comes with subtitle and some quick text, and then the button. Okay. So we put these components, like you see, cart, body, all are coming with uppercase. It means they have to be imported. It's not gonna work if you just directly copy and paste here. Everything you see here with uppercase, they have to be imported. So we go here and then put all those uppercase component names one by one. So cart we have, okay, and then cart body we have, and what else? Cart title. Everything that looks like a component, we have to import them. So cart body, gun, cart title, and then cart subtitle. As long as you want to use them, so we have to import them, cart subtitle and cart text. And button as well. That's it. And from where? From React strap. Okay, so this way it's not gonna fire any errors. So let's check. Hope we don't see any issues. Yeah, we don't have any red warnings, red errors. So the cart is ready. we can go and then check it. So this is quote generator, right? So in our index.js, I can go back and then run this quote generator instead of tabs. Let's see. Should be here now. So generate quote, filing, bootstrap. Yeah, it's coming now. Yes, we have now that one card. See, it's just a kind of default image. We can update that one too. So we will remove this one. Maybe we can put our own. Okay. So in our, if you remember the quote database, it's over here, right? We have text and then author. Now we can add another property like image. So we can put some sort of image as well. Maybe nature, some meaningful, image that is related with the text. So let's go and then find out like, I don't know, like we can grab some nature images. If you remember, Unsplash, right? Unsplash photos. Unsplash.com has a lot of photos, so we can grab here nature. And here, for example, did we work with this Unsplash? I think we did, right? We did asynchronous operations with JavaScript vanilla, right?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so we can download, or can we just find out the link? I don't want to download and what is this? Search image, we go copy image address. What's gonna happen if you copy image address and put here? Okay, looks like we will get that image. Let's copy image address and then put our inside our image. Okay, yeah. So, and the next one is another image property. You can grab different nature. For example, this one. Nature is more or less related to the meaningful quotes, and here as well some others really quickly. Save, and then 3 more. Let's get these mountains and copy image, and finally one kind of this one. So we will use those images as well for our quote generator. So this quotes database comes with we were using this index to show random quote, right? So quote index, we will generate a random index, and based on that index, we will pick up the quote. So basically, we have quotes TV, and then over here, we will use quotes DB, and then the correct index, and then that it does have image. Okay, image. That's how we're gonna use. And for the other parts, we will put like title. Do we have title in our data? Oh, not this data quotes. Yeah, we have text and an author. Okay, we can put author now here. Dot author. For the subtitle, let's see how does it look like. Subtitle. Do we need subtitle? We don't need subtitle, so we can remove it. So we can get rid of this part. Okay, it's gone. And for the text part, we will put our real quote. So quotes with dot text. And then this button is for generating. Okay, let's say generate new quote, and we just have to attach our function. We just change quote. Okay, so on click. So these components, which is coming from React App, are all free to and then open for attaching any sort of event listeners. Okay, change quote, generate new quote. That's it. We just updated everything with our card, and let's go and see. The images are gonna be based on the object that is offering us the link. Okay, so we started the very first one, and then as we generate, it's gonna show us. I think the time that image is loaded maybe delayed, but it's still okay and it's working. Okay. I'm generating another one. Let me press again. Yes. So when the images are more downloaded locally, they would be faster. Right now, it's kind of delaying. Okay, still okay. Yeah, they all come with kind of image. So let's fix those image sizes. We can fix them. Style image. I think we can give right here. Maybe like width directly. It could be like 200 pixels, and then height as well. Height. If we make 200, it's gonna be a square. Let's see. Yeah, it's just going out of. I mean, it's not fitting with the size of the card. Maybe we will use this 18 RAM for the width as well, and then height just 200 pixels. Oh no, that's too small. What is the width of this card?
Yeah, maybe 100% width.
Yeah.
To the
Why not?
card.
Yeah, let's try 100%. A good idea, and then should be okay. Yep, that works, and then we can make the height a little higher, and this way everything is going to be same. This image is not coming, maybe because that link could be broken. Other than that, the others are that Albert Einstein. Maybe we didn't put any URL for Einstein. Yeah, it doesn't have. Looks like it doesn't have. Yeah, not a big issue. But others all have their proper images with fixed size. Okay? So that's how we use, guys, the built-in, components. So you don't need to create from scratch those types of cards and so on. So we can do what you can also wrap with another wrapper if you would like to put your card somewhere in the middle of your page. Okay, so you can put a wrapper and then give a style saying that text. Oops, one more braces to make it object text align. Let's do it center and see if it's gonna align it. No, it aligned the contents of this one. It didn't work. Maybe most probably we will do again.
Yeah, maybe you can try margin after. The margin after
margin
should
auto
work.
works. Yeah, margin auto works. I think when your when your um
Oh,
when your
okay.
when your display is flex. Only in that case it works, I think. Okay,
Okay.
then the margin auto should work. Flex. Didn't work. Yeah, you just have to give the width. Otherwise, the width is occupying the whole screen. So width is somewhere like 40%. So now I think it should put somewhere, yeah. Cool. And regarding this button, you can change the colors too without the need of CSS style. Most probably this is, what was that? Well, like you can put primary for the color is like primary. If it's primary, it's gonna be, I think, green or blue, you see. And if you put like success, green, see, you don't need to design anything. It's already highlighting and a really cool user experience. And then what else? Success and then danger, you can put to make it red. Okay. We can explore what are the other options for the button. So if you go up here, so we have color, all different options like secondary, success, danger, warning, info, light, dark. You can choose all of these. See? So we can get, for instance, the secondary as well, and see how does it look like. I think default is that secondary kind of gray. How about info? Maybe more. It does look like more informative. Info. It's teal background. Yeah, those are the, you see, the documentation of the button. So you can use for the size. You can apply like say small, large. So how do you apply? Simply go and then put that attribute size equal to SM or LG. It's gonna make your either small or big. Okay, now it got smaller. If you want to make it larger, just put LG. Yes. Definitely your own custom styles should also work, like style, and then you want to make, let's say, padding and so on. They all work as well, like 50 pixel. You're gonna see a huge padding applied. You see, that's your own custom styles on top of existing ones. What does this block mean? Yeah, it makes it's a huge, you see, like block style button occupying the whole screen, so we can make it as a block when it's true. Okay, so we can use that attribute as well. Block is true, actually true. Okay, so let's see. And yeah, this is nice. This is actually how card buttons should look like, stretching from one end to another. And active, just like enabled, disabled. Okay, but you can still use this property like disabled. It should still work. Disabled. It should still work. Let's see. Yeah, it's disabled now. It's not clickable anymore. Okay. That could be used, or is active. Can also be used. Close, not sure what that is, but you can check. So we have all this kind of, you see, button types. You just have to make outline. What else, like outlines, like color success, outline color info, and so on, so on. Okay, these are all how you can customize the existing React Stripe components. Any questions?
How did you style the image? Like adjust the size of it?
It's basically here, like image, and you go width and height. Yeah,
Mhm.
directly here. Treat as if this is your HTML.
The
image
procent
style.
should be in a string. Okay.
Yeah, percent should be. Or you can also apply the, React way of styling. So you can go and give the width, all these stuffs like an object, key object, key value way. It still works the same way. If I remove it, yeah, still gonna be same. Yeah, since I put disabled, it's not clickable anymore. But other than that, the rest are quite straightforward. Make sense? Any questions?
No.
All right, guys. I think that's all from my side for today. Appreciate your participation.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
Yep. See you next. Yes.
Okay,
you don't
yeah,
have-
thank you.
Any
Thank you,
questions?
Azam.
You don't have, right?
No, I say thank you.
Yeah. Okay. See you next time. Bye.
Okay, yeah, have a good night.
Yeah. Have a good night.